So third grade, day 2. Remember, what are we talking about? We're talking about that open syllable. And remember, on the open syllable, it is one vowel not closed in. And what I mean by not closed in, when you pull it out of a word. So remember, if I'm saying, where is the remote control? You might say, well, Mrs. D, that E is closed in by the M. But when we split it up, remote, if I were to take this syllable out, you can see that it is an open syllable. That E is open. And this is a vowel consonant. So it's not closed in. And there's a long vowel sound. We talked yesterday about how you have to play around, right? When you see a multisyllabic word, this is not protect, it's protect. So today we're going to talk about the letter Y. Because third grade, you learn when you're in kindergarten and first grade, you learn there are 5 vowel sounds, right? A, E, I, O, and U. And then sometimes there's a letter that is considered a vowel. Is it going off in your head? Ding, 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 ding. Did you say it? Did I hear you? Why? Why is Y considered a vowel? Well, remember, in the English language, in our English language, every syllable must have a vowel sound, must have a vowel in it. So that Y serves the purpose of having a vowel. For example, in the word my or fly, these are considered to be open syllable words. There's no vowel. There's no A, E, I, O, or U, so that is why the Y is sometimes considered a vowel. It all has to do with the open syllable. Cry, try, a lot of words. Now, in a multisyllabic word, and that is why when you're in a one-syllable word, that Y is not going to sound like a Y. It's going to sound like an I, a long I sound. My, fly, cry, try. So the Y doesn't make a Y sound as a vowel. It actually makes an I sound. It makes a long I sound. Sometimes, however, that Y is going to be in an open syllable at the end of a word, in a multisyllabic word. So, for example, in the word baby. In that case, baby is actually 2 open syllables. Say, be. When the Y comes at the end of a multisyllabic word, it no longer sounds like an I. It then sounds like an, you're right, an E, like a long E sound, like baby or crazy. This is also 2 open syllables. Pony, 2 open syllables. When the Y is in a one-syllable word and it's at the end, it sounds like a long I. When it's at the end of a multisyllabic word, it sounds like a long E. It is part of the open syllable family. So third grade, on this board, I have written words that all have an open syllable in them. These are all words that might have an open, that do have an open syllable in them. So let's look at this first word. Well, first off, can you say these words? Can you read these words? Could you mark these words up? We haven't done a lot of marking in third grade, but I like for the open syllable, I kind of like to show you marking to show how these words are made up of different syllables. So the first one obviously is candy. Can is a closed syllable. D is an open syllable. Remember, here we have our Y that sounds like an E. Third grade, if you're reading a word or you're hearing a word and it has a Y at the end and it's more than one syllable, I would probably say 98% of the time, 99% of the time, that Y is going to sound like an E. Same thing with, think of our suffix, ly. Slowly. Our suffix Y, like if you want to make something, if a cereal has a crunch, you say it's crunch-y. So even the suffix Y and the suffix ly have that E sound. Silly. Okay. This kind of helps you with your knowing if it's one or two consonants in the middle of the word, right? Because if it says this, this would not be silly. You know that silly has to have two L's because remember, it's going to be an ly. So this would be silly. That would be an open syllable. Two open syllables. Silly. We don't say silly. We say sill, closed syllable with open syllable. Same thing with dizzy. You know when you're spelling dizzy, dizzy needs to have two consonants. Because I'm not going to say, if I only have one consonant, I'm not going to say daisy, not daisy. It's not open syllable, daisy. It's diz. I have to close that in to make it a closed syllable with an open syllable. Now, let's look at this word. What would this be? So you can see it. Penny, right? Closed with open. If you just say one N, it would be peeny. Peeny. What's that? No, nothing. Look at this word though. What is that word? In this word, it is two open syllables. Pony. Because if I put two N's, it would not be pony, it would be pony. Okay, so just think about that. Pony is two open syllables. Okay, let's move over here. Program, open syllable with a closed syllable. It's not item. We don't say item, we say item. Open syllable with a closed syllable, item. Solo, two open syllables. A solo means you're by yourself. Shy, nice open syllable with a Y sounding like an I. Migrate, open syllable with a vowel consonant E. Remember, animals migrate. Usually for seasonal purposes, it's an adaptation. Another nice open syllable, Y, where that Y sounds like an I. So let all of this sink in with your open syllable. Especially this will help with your spelling to know whether you double that. Pony or pawnee, think about that. Silly or silly, daisy or dizzy. All of this